I'm recording the file now, boys.
You're recording what?
I'm recording it.
Oh, okay.
And welcome to the Class 3A Substate 4 semifinal here from the Maquoketa Gym, where the number 4 seed DeWitt Sabers, a record of 10-9, are here to face the hometown team, number 1 seed Maquoketa Cardinals, who come in with a record of 19-2. I'm Dale Scott, being play-by-play tonight. And big games mean big boosts, so joining me tonight is my normal partner, Chad Coakley. And also joining us, special guest, is Ray Cavanagh. And boys, Duke, North Carolina played last night. Kind of apropos that in these parts, that's kind of the Maquoketa DeWitt rivalry is almost along those lines. So playing in a sub-state semifinal game is almost like Duke, Carolina meeting up in the ACC tournament.
Yeah, it's as far as Maquoketa goes, and I know DeWitt, it doesn't get any bigger than this. And neither one of these teams wants the other one to end their season. So, win or go home game. It's a lot of pressure on the kids tonight in front of a packed house. It's a red out. All the fans, almost nearly all the fans for three sides are in red. And Maquoketa's in their home white uniforms, and DeWitt's in their visiting purples. And Ray, what's your take?
It's an exciting night. The electricity, when they come in through the gate, I said it was as a former player, you think back to that time, and that was just an amazing time when you walk out on the floor for the first time. So I'm sure they all got the goosebumps going, and it'll be a fun night for everybody.
Well, Monday night, both these teams played here on this floor. DeWitt Central played Solon in the first round and came away with a 66-61 win. And while Maquoketa in the nightcap finished off Independence with a big 64-44 win. And watching DeWitt the other night, they were playing without one of their top players with an ankle injury. And I expect him to be ready to go and play tonight as he's going through warm-ups and looks pretty decently out there. And talking about Logan Paulson.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to go. And I thought really, with about 3 minutes to go in that game between DeWitt and Solon the other night, I felt like, and I think I probably even said this, it seemed like Solon was kind of in control. All they had to do was kind of run the clock and, make their possessions last as long as they could. But somehow DeWitt was able to get a couple rebounds on some quick shots. And really, I thought Tucker Kinney took over in the last couple minutes. And couple big rebounds. He just went and elevated above everybody else. He came down. I think he hit a three and then drove to the lane. He got a two, and before you knew it, DeWitt was tied and then ahead, and Solon never recovered.
Yeah, I think between Kenny and Alex McAleer, they both played a heck of a game there at the end of that one, and really brought DeWitt back to a point where they were able to salt that one away.
Well, both these teams, this will be the third meeting in this rivalry this season. Maquoketa has come away with the wins in the previous two. Here on January 8th on the home floor, they beat DeWitt 81-64 and followed that up with a regular season ending victory at DeWitt on February 11th with a 77-62 final score. And, it's kind of, I'll throw this to you, Ray, playing a team, especially a rival, for 3 times in a season. Sometimes that third game, especially if the other team's lost twice, they have a lot of energy behind them to pull that upset and show that because DeWitt is a talented team. Yeah,
this is definitely not going to be a game you're going to walk in and expect to win by 15 or 20 again like we did the last couple of times. But you hope that you just go out there and just play the game the way it's meant to be played, and things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. But DeWitt's got a lot of good basketball players out there. And if Paulson's healthy and is able to go between him and McAleer, that's two very difficult gentlemen to defend on the floor, both at 6'6" and can handle the ball and can move and very athletic. And then you start focusing so much on them that Tucker Kinney comes to life, and then he takes over, and it becomes a difficult game to play. So a big key for the Cardinals is going to be get out of the gates the way they're supposed to and hit a couple shots, get an early lead, and play their butts off the rest of the way.
Chad, in the previous two meetings against DeWitt, the Cardinals really helped Alex McAleer down in scoring defensively. I think in both games, Logan Paulson was kind of the one that got away from him at times.
Yeah, I know, especially in that last game. Logan had a lot of nice shots, really elevated. Nice jump shot. He was able to jump over defenders. You know, he's so long. His wingspan is so long. When he gets up and shoots, we don't have a lot of guys that can defend him in a jump shot. But I think another big key tonight is going to be, boy, being at home. The home team has a big advantage, I think, just because 3 sides of this, and most of the standing room are all Maquoketa fans, and it's going to be loud.
Well, with that, we're going to send it back to studio for a break. Is big night here on KMAQ with Maquoketa and DeWitt both facing each other in a very important district game. You're listening to the Maquoketa versus DeWitt Substate Semifinal on KMAQ.
How many, Dale?
Go ahead and run 4.
How many?
Run 4.
4, okay.
Here, I'll turn him down a little bit. Hopefully he can hear me. Should be able to. So what aspect you want to hammer in this next segment? Any ideas?
I'd like to talk about the physicality of the games the other night. I thought the DeWitt game was really physical.
Okay. I'll set you up.
More than I thought. Maquoketa shot really well the other night. I don't know what our shooting percentage was, but we took some long-range threes that I didn't think we were going to get opportunities to take tonight.
Well,
Just some open ones.
typical coach didn't upload the stats yet today, so kind of like that Cavanagh guy at 11 o'clock at night. We get back, and I'm looking for the stats already.
Yeah. And they're usually there by 1.
Not all the time. Sometimes I got to wait till the next morning, and that really irritates me.
You have to have pitching stats in 24 hours, don't you, or something?
Just their innings.
Oh, the innings.
Or pitches. Pitch count. Yeah. Pitch count's got to be in.
You missed it. Cooper is going to take the L.
What?
Cooper is down in the corner to take the L.
Oh.
Must be a full crowd because Mangler's almost at half court on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And we're back here at the Maquoketa Gym. Both teams headed back to the locker room and a break in the warm-ups to get last-minute instructions. And Chad, one of the things that we're kind of curious to see here tonight was the physicality between these two teams. They both showed, especially DeWitt on Monday night here, how much these officials will let them get away with tonight.
Yeah, and you get the postseason play, and every game is probably officiated just a little bit different depending on the crew. But I thought in Monday's game, especially the DeWitt Solon game, it was really physical. Jeff Graw he's a large man, and he was on the floor a couple times, and there was no fouls. And not that maybe there should have been any call, but I mean they were just playing really physical, and there was a lot of effort. And I think we talked about it in that game too, that the refs were letting them play a little bit. Personally, I kind of like that. And so we'll see how it goes tonight. And, if they're calling fouls, who gets in foul trouble, that may have an impact on the game. And the other thing I noticed, Dale, like we talked about, is Maquoketa shooting the other night. We had some long-range three-pointers, and we were pretty open on a lot of those shots. And I don't anticipate there being a lot of open shooting lanes tonight. I don't know what your thoughts might be on that.
Well, I think DeWitt's not going to let them get that room. I think they'll come out and extend their defense if they have to. But, with A.J. Kane and Connor, they're not afraid to take another step back even farther and let it rip.
That's one thing about playing a team 3 times, though, is, DeWitt now maybe can adjust how they match up with some of the, who's playing who, what defense they're going to play. I think, Ray, you were commenting the other night, Mount Vernon was playing a lot of zone maybe. And it seems like man-to-man, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Mount Vernon's zone was, the idea of it might have been all right, but just the execution wasn't there, I don't think. They stayed out, or not Mount Vernon, but Independence.
Yeah, Independence.
They kind of stayed out too far and left the corners open. And, with DeWitt, they're gonna come out and man up just like they always have. And they've matched up a lot of different people. And you said in the past that Matt Lear's kind of been held in check offensively, but a lot of times he's the one in charge of Gardenbecker, so he's putting out a lot of effort on that defensive end. And, that's a lot of what comes down to how well some of these guys will play on offense is how much defense they have to play.
That's why I'm kind of interested to see, another really good athlete for DeWitt is Devin Hurlow. So I'm kind of curious to see who he guards tonight because he was on A.J. Coons and Solon a lot the other night. And Coons early didn't have a lot of points and a lot of success.
Nope, he didn't. Cam Miller was the hot hand that they rode, and it'll be because DeWitt's one of the teams that kind of has a length advantage to us as far as 5 versus 5. They got a lot more length. Cardinals probably better outside shooting overall. How does that wash out? And also going back to the physicality. If it is physical, who does that really favor?
Right, and that's what I'm not sure of, to be honest with you.
You look at the depth now and say, okay, well, who's got the guys on the bench? Who's next 3 guys off the bench are the most effective? When it comes to a game when your starting 5 are matched up pretty equally, then the game comes down to number 6, 7, and 8, and how are they going to be able to play and how effective they'll be against the other teams. So
I'm kind of curious. My curiosity is in what kind of offensive philosophy will DeWitt go with, because they played a straight-up game the first time. The second game, they went 10 deep and tried to get us to go up-tempo, and neither one had worked. They kind of ran out of gas, but even the other night against Solon, they were going about 10, 11 deep.
I wondered today if DeWitt would maybe try and drag out their possession,
slow it down,
slow the game down, not let us get into a rhythm where we're hitting a bunch of threes in a row. But, we kind of got to watch the same thing on DeWitt because, man, they came out last game down at DeWitt and they were on fire. And wasn't that a 2-point game at halftime? And
DeWitt led most of the first half.
Yeah, they came out just,
Well, I think even the first meeting here, the first half was played very tightly. And, I think you guys may mention of it the other night when we were playing that come out in the third quarter when Maquoketa tends to separate a little bit more from their opponents. So, that might be the key to the game here is the first 3 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, we'll send it back for some more messages from our sponsors, and we're getting close to starting lineups here for Maquoketa in the 3A Substate 4 semifinal between Maquoketa and DeWitt on KMAQ.
What do you need, Dale?
Go 4 again.
Dale?
Yeah, go 4 again. Huh? 4? Yeah, it's 30 seconds each, so 2 minutes.
Hey, Dale?
Yep.
How many you need here on this break?
Give it back to me in a minute.
Huh?
Give it back to me in a minute.
I can't hear. I can only hear you. Can you speak up?
Give it back to me in a minute.
Oh, a minute? Okay.
I'll have to keep turning this up. You guys are fine.
Okay. I'm just trying to cut down some of the background noise. I'm nervous.
I am too.
Being on one hand.
That's why they play the games.
Yeah. A lot of pride here tonight.
On the corner, which means it is time to get your home improvement project underway. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Maquoketa in Class 3A Substate 4 Semifinal basketball. Tonight, Central DeWitt Sabers.
And we're back here at the Maquoketa Gym is just getting set for the starting lineup. We're just waiting on PA announcer Bob Gavin to get through his whole spiel and get to the good stuff. A lot of anticipation in this building right now, isn't there, boys?
There is. Everybody's anxious. A lot of pride from both communities.
We'll also have the national anthem after the starting lineups, and the O'Connor Regenweather VFW Post 3633 in Maquoketa has the big flag out here tonight and ready to unfurl it across the court for the national anthem. The flag is offered for use to community, schools, colleges, or organizations, and some uses may include high school sporting events, opening ceremonies, and dedication. 26 people it takes to unfold that flag. It's that big, and it can be displayed by veterans, students, and community organizations. There is no charge for use of the flag. However, donations are greatly appreciated to help support the VFW flag program. For more information, contact Lowell Schrader or Terry Cregan. You can contact Lowell at 563-210-1745 and Terry Cregan at 563-940-7602. So starting for DeWitt will be sophomore Henry Boone, 6'1", number 1. Number 5, Zach Hinkle, a 6'1" junior. Number 23, Tucker Kinney, a 6'4" junior. Number 20, Alex McAleer, a 6'5" junior. And for Maquoketa, be the usual starting 5. It's been the same starting 5 all season long. Number 2, Kane Kopp, a 5'10" senior. Number 3, Connor Becker, a 6'1" sophomore. Number 11, Macklin Shanahan, 6'4" senior. And number 15, sophomore Caden Atienza, is 6'4". And number 21, AJ Becker, senior, 6'3". That's your starting lineups for tonight's Substate District Champion or semifinal. Winner will move on to the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids on Monday night. Take on the winner of Wahlert versus Marion that are playing tonight as well. We'll send it back to the studio for these messages while we have the national anthem. You're listening to Cardinals versus DeWitt on KMAQ.
Presenting our colors this evening are Club Hope
I'll
members.
clean up so that Cloverdale.
What's that? I'm sorry.
3633 of Maquoketa.
For all of
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, at this time, please join our players and coaches in honoring America and celebrating its freedom and those who protect it. We ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join Sydney Mickle, a senior at Maquoketa High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Sports expert. That means if you hear this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we have touched the twilight's last gleaming? Whose proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red flag upon spurs they lead up, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Okay. You can send it back now.
Go ahead.
And back here at the Maquoketa High School gym, national anthem has been completed. Sabres are already out in the court. Coach Hartman's in the Cardinal huddle giving them last instructions. And Chad and Ray were 32 minutes from finding out who will be playing Monday night with a state berth on the line.
Oh, is this continuous clock?
32 game minutes. It's called game speak. Already starting with the jokes. At least we got through pregame. Atienza will jump center against McAleer. Referee has it up in the air, and Atienza's going to control the tap to A.J. Becker. Cardinals will get the first offensive set. Kane Kopp at the top of the key. Forward to Connor Becker. Now on the right wing to Macklin Shanahan. Spins on Hinkle. Pump fakes on Peter, but misses the shot. Rebounded by Hinkle. DeWitt quickly up ahead. Kinney driving the baseline. Up off the glass. No good. Shanahan goes up over McAleer to clear the glass. Quickly, Cardinals come back. AJ tries to get ahead to Caden Atienza. It's going to go off Atienza's hand. And so far, I guess you got some little bit of nerves here as the shots have been a little bit off.
A couple layups not falling. You can tell that the nerves are there for him now.
Henry Bloom, a sophomore, just went to the starting lineup this last week. Brings it up for the Sabres. Paulson not in the starting lineup. We'll see how much he does play tonight. Hinkle tries to dump it down to McAleer. It's going to go off of McAleer's hands and out of bounds. And McAleer's still on the ground. He looks hurt. Might have gotten poked
Hit his
in the
head
eye.
on the floor.
He's holding his head.
I got poked in the eye.
Now he's grabbing his knee.
Oh, yeah, he's grabbing his leg.
So while the training staff attends to Alex McAleer, we'll send it back for this break. You're listening to the Cardinals and Sabres Substate Semifinal on KMAQ. That don't look good.
How many, Dale?
Go 3 here.
3, okay.
What matters.
Maybe got a Charlie horse.
I hope so.
Not the way that they're moving that right now.
Yeah,
They're
he's in a lot
testing
of-
knee right now.
He's in a lot of pain too.
Hate to see that.
No, I don't want to see that. That's not.
I didn't even see how it
You know,
buckled.
there's a big rivalry with Maquoketa and DeWitt, but there's not a kid
Oh, you're
on the
right.
floor right now for either team that wants to see him laying on the ground.
No, there isn't.
My customer
He's
since
in a lot of agony. You
1980.
can see it on his face. Oh yeah, you got to move it and pop it out of the joint and see if it's in the hole.
A
or not.
fresh salad bar served daily in the all-you-can-eat.
I don't see him. Do you see some? I see swelling, don't you?
Oh, he's not putting any weight on it right now.
Swelling is the number one indicator of ligaments.
Of their rewards program. For sign-uppers.
And just back here, Maquoketa, Alex McAleer's gone back to the locker room. A.J. Becker lines up a 3 from the top of the key for the Cardinals. Just back underway. 1 minute gone by as Becker's three-point attempt was no good. Rebounded by Kinney. No score yet. Bloom working against Connor Becker. Has to pick up his dribble. Gives it to Kinney. Kinney will pop up to the top and reset the play. Devin Hurdle checked in for McAleer. Hinkle is going to take a long 3 from the right wing. It's no good. Hurdle strong on the board. Puts it up the net. Sabres will take the early 2-0 lead. Shanahan will bring it up for Maquoketa. Hinkle will guard him. Sabres look to be in a man-to-man. Macklin's going to get a look from 3. It's off the mark. And it's going to be rebounded by Hinkle. Hinkle will give it up to Kinney on the right wing. He'll dribble up to the top, give it over to Hurdle. Kane Kopp guarding Hurdle at the present moment. As Henry Boom has it now, and Atienza comes out on the switch off the screen, and he's going to get called for a foul as he stuck his leg out.
Number 15, Caden Atienza, that's his first
Very athletic out there jumping out on that ball screen, but he's got to be careful not to get that foul 35 feet away from the basket.
And that has been an issue at times, depending on the officials working the game, if called that or not. Hurdle, now the same switch at the end of...
Much better movement of his feet on that time and was there for it.
Bloom gets hung up in the
Great
air,
help.
tries to get the shot off. A.J. Becker blocks it, takes it away. Cardinals on the offensive attack. Connor Becker from about 18 feet.
There we go.
Assist to Shanahan.
Got the lid off the bucket now.
Well, now we know the ball will go through both rims. 2-2 the score here. 5:22 left to go first quarter. Hurdle driving into the lane. Hands. Gets it up off the rim, and it goes. And he'll go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play as there's a foul underneath on Macklin Shanahan, his first. So Hurdle will go to the line, a 52% free throw shooter on the season. Misses short off the rim, rebounded by Macklin. Connor Becker getting lots of room for Tucker Kinney. He's playing off of him quite a bit. Gives up to Macklin Shanahan, left wing. AJ comes off a screen, pump fakes, drives with his left to the right elbow. It's up, it's no good. So he's 0 for 2 to start tonight, which isn't out of the ordinary.
Ooh.
Sabers on the offense. Kinney's going to try and drive against Shanahan. Lowers the shoulder. Gets the shot off. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it over to Bloom for 3. No good. Shanahan goes up high to get the rebound. And King Kopp and Devin Hurdle comes over the back and will pick up a foul.
One thing we got to do is limit their second chances here. That's going to be one way that if they're going to stay in the game and give Maquoketa a run, that'll be one way they could do it.
Nathan Waters will check in with 4:44 to go in the first quarter. Caden Atienza will have a seat. Shanahan gives it over to AJ on the right wing. He'll dribble to the top. Find Connor Becker coming off screen. Wide open look from the left wing. Just short. Rebounded by Nathan Waters. Gets it over to Shanahan. Now over to AJ. And Kane Kopp gets it on the right wing. Takes 2 dribbles and gets fouled by Hinkle as he tried to drive towards the lane.
Great hustle play by Nathan Waters, getting that offensive rebound, getting it back out. Good scramble in the corner.
Atmosphere in here is loud. This place is under fire marshal watch now. There's not an empty seat to be seen. And 2 deep, standing room only all the way around the court. A.J. Becker dribbles down low, finds Nathan Waters on the opposite end of the post, feeds him. Nathan takes it, eats it for dinner, and puts it in for 2, ties the score 4-4. Hinkle, he'll drive baseline, pump fakes, able to get away from the Cardinal defender and put it off the glass to give the Sabres back the 2-point lead. Kane Kopp over to Connor Becker now as both of them are on top. And Kinney is really collapsing down in the post off of Connor, just giving him that outside shot. Macklin trying to work into the post, backs up, turn around, it's no good. Nathan Waters with the offensive rebound. We're going to get a foul underneath against Zach Hinkle. He got a piece of Nathan's arm. That's his second. So Hinkle will have to go to the bench.
Alex Mackler back running onto the court.
Yeah, Mackler's out of the dressing room and back on the bench for DeWitt. DeWitt fans cheers. Peter and Hinkle will come out. Ethan Pierce will come in along with Jeff Grau. Macklin Shanahan to inbound for the Cardinals underneath their own baseline. Gets it into Nathan Waters, and he's going to get it up and in. He's going to go to the line. He's going to have a foul. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
I'm going to venture to say that's 4 points that DeWitt wasn't counting on. Nathan Waters coming off the bench. 2 big buckets for the Cardinals. Going to the line, give them the lead here, possibly.
Fouls on Ethan Pierce. That's his first, team's 4th. And Nathan Waters, a 62% free throw shooter on the season, and has 4 of the 6 Maquoketa points. Will go to the line, trying to complete the 3-point play. Off to the right, to be rebounded by Kinney. With 3:28 to go, 6-6 all tied up here in Maquoketa between the Sabres and the Cardinals, with a berth to the Substate championship game on the line. Kinney on the right wing gets a pick from Grau. Nathan's able to get out, stop the momentum. They find Hurdle, 18-foot jumper from the right wing, no good. Rebounded by Nicholas Alinger. A.J. Becker will bring it across half court, gets a screen from Nathan, tries to give it back to Nathan on the pick and roll, but it goes to Nathan's hands. Kinney dish it off to Henry Bloom, and he'll put in the layup on the Saber end. And that'll make it 8-6 in favor of DeWitt. 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Nicholas Alinger is going to get a wide open look on the left wing. No good. Rebounded by Grau. He had good rebounding position on Waters down low.
I think Grau's in there to combat Nathan Waters.
Well, he's a body in there to set some good screens out top, and if you're not careful, he'll get you a couple points down low.
Grau has it at the left elbow, gives it out to Hurdle. He gets a screen from Pierce. AJ comes out with the help defense. Kinney's going to line up a three from the right wing. No good. Rebounded by Nathan Waters. Shanahan looking up ahead quickly. Sabers get back defensively in a hurry. Kane Kopp with his first look at a long three. Nothing but the bottom of the net off the feet from Shanahan.
That ought to get the Cardinals going from out.
Hurdle, he'll try and drive the lanes, poked away, the ball's loose, and it's going to go out of bounds off of DeWitt as Bloom and Hurdle kind of collided over there, so the Cardinals will take over possession.
Here comes Paulson.
Yeah, Logan Paulson will check in. He got to play 2.1 seconds the other night at the end. It was all he could muster up on that bad ankle. We'll see how it feels here tonight. Macular still has yet to come back in. He's still on the bench. Shanahan now with the left wing. AJ comes off a screen. Paulson with a nice help defense to cut him off where he got shot, but then everybody leaves him and he gets a wide open three, but he missed everything. Kinney with another rebound. And now Shanahan's going to take it away as he tried to split between Alinger and Shanahan. Shanahan will stop, put it up, off the glass, no good. Kinney with another rebound. Pierce has Paulson up ahead, but he doesn't have a passing angle. Instead, he'll spin on Kane Kopp in the lane. It's no good. And then Waters with the defensive rebound. Him and Pierce get tangled up. They'll give Pierce the personal foul.
It's almost like an excuse me foul. I hate those. You're trying to go for a board, your arm gets stuck with their arm, and it's foul. But
well, Ray, you're a part-time official. How would you call that?
it is a foul. It's not one I enjoy calling, but it's just there.
And McAleer does check back in now. Pierce will go to the bench. We'll see how effective McAleer is. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up. Kane Kopp now brings across half court. AJ comes off the screen, left baseline, no good from three. Rebounded by Paulson. 9-8, Cardinals lead. Under a minute to go, first quarter. McAleer with the ball, getting guarded by Shanahan. Gives it over to Paulson. Being worked on by Nathan Waters. Finds Henry Bloom on the left wing for a long three. No good. Rebounded by AJ. And with 35 seconds left until the end of the quarter, AJ will put up the one sign, which means the Cardinals are going to work the clock down and wait for that last shot. So Kane Kopp has the ball now. He'll hand off to Alinger, who'll give it back to Shanahan. And with about 10 seconds on the clock, they'll work with the A.J. Becker more than likely, and he'll try and get off a shot off a screen. Down to 10 now. Waters is going to come out to set the screen. Now A.J.'s going to pick and pop. Macklin just keeps on dribbling, up high off the glass and knocks it in. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Maquoketa will take an 11-8 lead into the second quarter. When we come back here from the Substate 4 semifinal game between Maquoketa and DeWitt on KMAQ.
Easton Valley's up 13-11.
How many, Dale?
Go with 3.
3?
3.
Okay.
Well, I think there was a lot of nervous energy in that first quarter. See when things settle down how it goes, but this might be nip-tuck the whole way. Yeah. Is that Fran Riley over there?
Normally, shoveling.
Or that,
What's his name?
the guy from IHCCA or something like that? Over there?
Yeah.
Trying to remember.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
He used to be on
What is his
KWQC.
name?
Dan Pearson.
Dan Pearson. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And back here at the Maquoketa Gym, DeWitt inbound the ball out of the timeout. Hurdle drove the lane, missed the layup, but Tucker Kinney was there for the putback. And it's 11-10 now in favor of Maquoketa. A.J. Becker down the lane, kicks it out. Nicholas Alinger, right wing baseline, drops it down from three. Assist to A.J. Becker.
Great penetration by A.J. Having hit a shot in the first quarter. Could have just getting frustrated. Instead, he tacks the rim, opens it up for a teammate.
So 14-10 now, Cardinals on top. Paulson, he'll try and drive the lane. McElhannon takes it away. He's on his own breakaway with Hurdle coming behind it. And it's going to be blocked on the glass, and they're going to call goaltending on McAleer as he pinned it after it hit off the glass the first time.
I think he's probably going to be disappointed in himself that he did it because that ball never made it above the rim. It had no chance of going in.
It had no chance, and that's a freebie 2 points they're giving up. So the Sabres will bring it up the court, a little token man-to-man full court pressure being given as Alinger will just stay right in front of him all the way up. They'll give it off the Hurdle on the right wing. Now over to Tucker Kinney. Kinney and he tries to find Bloom on the back cut. And we're going to have a foul down low as Bloom was fouled. The shot was no good. It's going to be on Cade Atienza, and that's going to be his second personal. So Bloom will go to the line. First one rattles in and out. So Atienza with 2 fouls. We'll have to go back to the Cardinal bench. Nathan Waters, who's been a positive force here early on, will come back in to replace him.
Yeah, both rebounding and offensively, adding in a couple buckets.
Bloom's second free throw's up and good. And now make the score 16-11, 6:45 to go until halftime here in the Substate 4 semifinal. A.J. Becker finds McElhannon to cut the hoop, kicks over to Nicholas Alinger, and now they're going to go around the arc with the pass, and it ends up back in A.J.'s hands. He's going to work one-on-one against Hurdle. Kick it off to Alinger, now back out to Connor. A.J. gets it again, drives to his left, stop, fakes, cross-court pass to Alinger. Alinger will dump it in to the post to Waters, so just give it right back out to Alinger. Alinger will stop and pop from about 17 feet, no good. And Drew Keeter with the rebound. Bloom set up the offense for the Sabres over to McAleer in the left wing. Tries to dump it into Keeter, goes through his hands and right into Nathan Waters' hands.
Tell you what, right now DeWitt's doing a nice job of cutting off the penetration by the Cardinals.
A.J. will feed Connor, driving the lane. Ball's going to go out of bounds and stay off of Connor's leg. So Connor, A.J. is going to come to the bench for a quick breather as Kane Kopp comes back in. So on the floor for the Sabres is Bloom, Keeter, McAleer, Kinney, and Hurdle. For the Cardinals, Ealinger, Macklin, Shanahan, Nathan Waters, Connor Becker, and Kopp. Kinney at the top of the key, almost intercepted by Alinger because he got the pass over to Bloom. But now Bloom will throw it away right to Kane Kopp as he cut in front of Hurdle. Kane will get over to Connor. He'll attempt a long three. It's going to be short off the rim. Rebounded by Keeter.
Had Alinger opening the post right there.
Now we have a foul on Connor Becker at half court. Has had the body pressure on Hurdle. That'll be Connor's first, team fourth. Sabres to inbound at half court down below us. And DeWitt's going to call a timeout. Be a 30-second timeout. There's 5:22 left until halftime. Cardinals leading 16-11. We'll send it back to you for a quick break here on KMAQ.
Thank you.
Just one.
Okay.
Eastern Valley Prince of Peace are tied at 15.
Coming out, I'm going to get that to you.
Where they at?
I believe it's the second quarter.
When we come back, I'm going to send you for that update.
Oh, they're still at the end of the first quarter here.
Okay.
And back here at Maquoketa. And Ray, you got an update on that big Eastern Valley Prince of Peace game over there, don't you?
Yes, Eastern Valley is down by 2 at the end of the first quarter. Prince of Peace up 17-15.
Big game over there for them. They're trying to winner of that game will go to the Substate championship game on Saturday night. DeWitt will inbound the ball, and they're going to work it down low to McLear. He'll get the Macklin on his hip and spin to his left. Put it up and in off the glass for 2. Make it 16-13. Cardinals on top at the moment. 4:55 to go till half. Kane Kopp gets a screen from Waters. Will give it off to Connor Becker. Now over to Nicholas Alinger in the right baseline. He'll switch places with Macklin Shanahan. And Nick will come out to the left wing. Throw up a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Keeter. Hurdle, bring it up for the Sabers. Calls out the play, gives it over to McAleer. McAleer will dribble all the way to the right wing with it, and he'll lose it off the dribble. Connor Becker will give it up ahead to Macklin Shanahan. He'll work around the paint, goes all the way around in a half circle, and the shot's no good. Rebounded by Keeter, rebound by Kinney. McAleer gets it down low to Keeter. Pump fakes as 2 Cardinals fly right by and puts it up and in for 2 to cut the deficit down to 1. 16-15 Cardinals. Nathan Waters gets it down low. Tries to do a little up and under move on Keeter, and off the miss. Jim and Keeter are going to get tangled up, and Nathan Waters is going to get called for the foul. That'll make it 5 team fouls on both teams now with 3:52 left. Second quarter here in Maquoketa.
Just tell Maquoketa's pressing here a little bit offensively. They just got to relax, let the game come to them.
Well, first halves have been close for the Cardinals in most of their games. It's that third quarter where
this is kind of playing out like the other 2 times they met, really.
DeWitt's not trying to run and gun with them like the last time either. McAleer has on the right wing with Shanahan on defense. McAleer's going to drive on him, jump, stop. A.J.
Traveled.
Becker gets the block, but McAleer is going to be called for traveling. Spun it one too many times there.
DeWitt coach arguing for a push that caused the travel.
Shanahan gives it over to A.J. Becker. Nathan Waters come out and set a screen. A.J. will give it up to Connor. Connor will dribble with his left right to the hole. No good. Rebounded by Keeter. Now
he pick up a quick retaliation foul.
That could be a frustration foul there for Connor as he just tried to reach the end. Those are fouls you make as a sophomore, but by the time you're a senior, you probably learn not to make that decision.
Yeah, you hope. Both of his fouls have come off of missed buckets on his, and I think a little frustration in both items. And like he said, he'll learn from it.
So Bloom will bring it back up for the Sabres. He checks back in. Gives over to McAleer on the right wing. Gets a screen from Kinney. Now he's going to play pick and roll with Kinney. It's going to be a turnover as A.J. Becker's going to end up with a steal.
Good hands in the passing lane by Becker there.
A.J. working on Hurdle, will spin, hang in the air, up off the glass, and get 2. That's his first points of the game.
Toughest shot of the night, too.
18-15, Cardinals with the lead. 2:40 to go until half. McAleer over to Hurdle on the left wing. Hurdle will try and drive against A.J. Leaves a dime in the paint for Keeter, and it took the victory lap around the rim and goes in. So Keeter with his 4th point of the night. Back to a 1-point Cardinal lead, 18-17. Alinger thinks about a 3, instead gives it up to Kopp. It's almost stolen by Bloom. Ailinger's going to get a look at the pass back from Kopp on the left wing. Knocks down a 3.
Big 3-pointer by Nicholas Alinger.
That's twice the Sabres have been within 1, and Nicholas Ailinger's come back and hit a 3 both times. Put it back to a 4-point lead. Hurdle working on AJ. Dribbles into the lane, gives it up to McAleer. Pump fakes, takes one hard dribble to his right. Up with it with a 16-footer, no good. Rebounded by Waters.
DeWitt's running a high ball screen there, just going back and forth across the floor, hoping to get a roll.
AJ will stop and pop from 22 feet, nothing but net, as he just sauteed up the hurdle, a little bit lax on defense, knocks down the three. Cardinals are out to their biggest lead of the game, 24-17, 1:27 to go till halftime. Be a full timeout called by DeWitt. We'll send it back to the station for words from our sponsors here on KMAQ.
How many, Dale? 1?
No, go 3 here.
2? 1, 2, Dale?
What's that?
Prince Peace is up 9 now.
Just run 2 here. And back here in Maquoketa, both teams just broke their huddles. 1:27 to go until half. Cardinals have put together a little bit of run here, up 24-17. Bloom will bring it up for the Sabers. Gives Kinney off of the screen down low, up off the glass, no good. He's able to tip it around, and it's finally controlled by Shanahan of Maquoketa. A.J. Becker on the attack, working on Hurdle, gets a bump, puts up the shot, it's no good. And now Hurdle gets the defensive rebound, and Nathan Waters is going to pick up the foul. AJ on that shot, he was really looking for the foul on the bailout there.
Be an adjustment they have to talk about at halftime. If they're not going to call those little bumps right there, they got to go at the rim like they're going to score instead of going at the rim like they're going to get fouled.
So that'll put the Sabers in the bonus, and Hurdle will go to the line for a 1-and-1. And it's going to get hit hard off the rim and out. Shanahan with the rebound. 1 minute straight up to go until halftime. 24-17, Maquoketa on top of DeWitt. Playing for the chance to go to the U.S. Cellular Center or Cedar Rapids on Monday night for a Substate championship game and to get to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Alinger gives up to Shanahan. Looks like the Cardinals might run a little clock here. Alinger thought about a three as they were late defensively getting out to him, but instead he'll kick it back out to Kane Top. Now back over to Alinger. Come over to the left wing now. They got Nathan Waters wide open, but as both defenders went with Alinger and left Waters wide open. AJ has it with 16 seconds at almost a half court, and it's a turnover as Shanahan wasn't looking for the pass. And now we have a charge call on McAleer on the offensive end as AJ Becker got back defensively to get set up.
Nice job by AJ getting back there. It was a miscommunication on the top of the key there in the offensive end, but he hustled his butt back there, got set up, got the charge, prevented the layup.
So the Cardinals, 8 seconds left. King Top will bring it up. Shanahan over to Waters, now back to Kane. They're going to try and post up. AJ down low, and Hurdle's going to get a steal. Clock's going to expire before anything can happen. AJ does take a token shot and buries it, but it won't count. And we'll go to halftime with the Maquoketa leading 24-17 here from Maquoketa. We'll take a break, come back, and dissect this first half with Ray and Chad here on KMAQ.
How many you need, Dale?
Just do 4.
4?
Yep.
Okay.
Was there totally free?
Okay, so what's the high point to hit first? Coach.
Marion's leading Waller 28-21.
Yeah. I really don't want to play them again either.
Assumption and Xavier tied.
Easton Valley's down by 7. second quarter yet. The play of Nathan Waters.
Chad?
What's the high point? Probably Nicholas Owen hitting some big shots.
Right.
8 points. 6. You said that already? 6.
6, hit 2
Well,
threes.
every time DeWitt got it within 1, he would hit a 3 to put it back to 4. All right, so I'll throw it to Ray with Nathan first, and I'll throw it back to you for Nicholas. And then we got to do something to DeWitt, too.
Yeah, I'll talk Mackler.
Okay. He's scoreless, by the way, yet.
Mackler is? No, he had 2 because he posted up Macklin one time and scored.
I missed that?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Paulson's played, but not been effective yet.
What's that?
Paulson's played, but
Yeah, he only,
a little, but not
only in there that couple minutes.
What are we honoring here?
Cheerleaders.
Senior cheerleaders.
Hey, Dale.
And halftime here at the Maquoketa Gym, where it's standing room only. And the Cardinals have a lead 24-17 here, half over DeWitt Sabers in the 3A Substate 4 semifinal game. And looking back at that first half, I'll start with you, Ray, as had Nathan Waters had a tremendous first half and gave a big lift to the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's he's going to come in and give you the effort all the time. He's going to be a rebounder, defender, but I thought, coming in right away when we were struggling to score at the beginning of the first quarter, he was able to get a couple buckets, which, kept the Cards in there, exchanging buckets a couple different times, kept it at 4-4, then 6-6, and didn't get too far away from him. And then just rebounding. If he touches it, it's coming to him. You're not going to get away from him. He's a strong kid, and he's always got himself in good position. Effort's always going to be there with him. I just thought he was a quiet, important piece in that first half.
And Chad, also the play of Nicholas Alinger off the bench with 2 big threes.
Yeah, Nicholas came in, and I think he was the 6th man tonight. And, we weren't hitting a lot of threes early on. AJ missed his first 3 or 4, and Nicholas came in, and he hit a couple. And it seemed like it was when the game was tight, he kind of gave us a little separation both times. I think he had 2 3-pointers in the first half, and both times were when Maquoketa was leading by 1, so just was up by 4, and yeah, he's just been playing well. Very important minutes.
I think the 2 guys that we talked about kind of lead back to the beginning of the game when we were talking about what the separation could be in the game, and it's going to be the bench. I thought, who's 6, 7, 8 are going to do the job better than the other one. And I think, the 2 guys we just spoke of, both non-starters for the Cardinals, they're 6th and 7th guys coming off the bench. So it's, that's the difference in the game right now is those 2 guys scoring their 10 points, and the Cardinals are up 7.
Well, speaking of benches, we thought maybe, Paulson came in hurt, but McAleer got hurt really early on. We thought maybe the DeWitt bench is going to have to really pick up some slack.
It was good to see him come back. You don't want to see a high school kid like that, ever go down with a knee injury. And in a game like this, and he wants to play, and you can tell he's in pain a little bit, but he's playing through it well. He's made some nice couple offensive moves. He is defending. He's around the boards. I mean, he's playing a heck of a game for the Sabres right now.
And Chad, Logan Paulson has played a couple minutes, but really hasn't been effective on that ankle by the looks of it so far.
No, I think he had the one block that was called goaltending. Wasn't really, ball never actually got above the rim, but yeah, hasn't. I don't think he scored at all yet. The one thing he does bring to the game though is length, and when he's on defense and he spreads those arms out, it's tough to pass around him or shoot over him. So I'm sure they're going to continue to use him as much as they can.
And also out there, Tucker Kinney, he's only got 2 points, but doing what Tucker Kinney usually does on the glass.
Yeah, I think he had 10 points in the last 3 minutes against Solon the other night. So
And about 20 rebounds.
yeah, don't count Tucker out.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a name we haven't mentioned too much in this half, but he's definitely one that in 3 minutes can change the whole outlook of a game. So, he's another one that's kind of quietly just goes along and does his business, and then all of a sudden he's there and can hurt you from anywhere on the floor, whether he's shooting a three or posting you up. And I think they went to him early, posted him up a couple times, and might be something they'd go back to, especially if McAleer's got Shanahan on him that, why not throw Tucker Kinney in there? He's a strong kid with great athleticism inside, and whoever's guarding him isn't going to be any taller than him if Macklin's guarding McAleer.
All right. Well, we'll send it back for some more words from our sponsors. You're listening to the 3A Substate 4 semifinal game here in Maquoketa between the Cardinals and the Sabers for the third time this year, going at it here on KMAQ.
How many, Dale?
Do 4 again?
Prince of Peace is up 28-20 at halftime.
Marion's up 41-30.
Dale?
Yeah, do
How many you want?
do 4 again.
How many?
4.
4, okay.
Henriksen has 20 points in the first half.
Ouch.
Really?
For Marion. Had 17 in the second quarter.
I really don't want to play them again. They scare me.
Especially out there.
Yeah, right in their backyard.
Go ahead, Dale.
And back here in Maquoketa, both teams come back out on the court and finish their halftime warm-ups. And we got some score updates over there, boys.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking at Prince of Peace and Easton Valleys at halftime now, with Prince of Peace leading 28-20.
And I've got Marion leading Dubuque Wahlert at halftime. Marion's up 41-31.
Right,
And the winner of that one's who plays the winner of this one,
yep,
right?
That's who Maquoketa DeWitt winner will play the winner of Marion and Wahlert Monday night at the U.S. Cellular Center over in Cedar Rapids. Tip time to be announced yet. I think it might be a doubleheader up there, and so that don't know exactly what tip time we'll have. Probably won't know until tomorrow sometime. As you look around here, not a lot of space to view this game. It's pretty packed in here, but I do want to point out one person in particular. I want to say happy birthday to Nathan Jerstad today. Celebrating his birthday, and he's here in attendance like usual. Been a lot of birthdays lately we've been able to give shout outs to. February is a popular month,
Yeah, it is.
So second half, we're about 45 seconds away from getting it started. And so what do we look forward to the second half, Chad?
Well, once May comes, I kind of look forward to, baseball season starting.
Oh, come on. Let's think. We're at the deep in the playoffs and basketball season.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll get to baseball.
I thought
Don't
you meant
worry.
the second half of the year.
I thought maybe we'd get through a whole broadcast without mentioning baseball.
Well, I look for DeWitt. They've had success doing, I think, what they want to do and get down low a little bit and use their length. So I look for them to work down low. And from my standpoint, I think Maquoketa is going to stick to, trying to shoot their three-pointers.
Well, third quarter's always been the benchmark for this Cardinal squad, where they like to put together some separation on opponents. Cardinals will inbound, start the second half, so we're about to find out. A.J. Becker has it on the right wing, being guarded by McAleer. Gives it up to King top of almost a half court. Now back to Connor Becker, who's at the right wing. He'll try and drive on Kinney, nothing there. Gives it up to A.J. He'll get trapped in the corner. He'll find Connor Becker to get rid of the ball. Cardinals will swing it to the left. Macklin Shanahan. He'll get cut off on a double team by Hinkle and Keeter.
Great save.
Macklin tried to throw it out to Kane Kopp. Kane saved it from being a backcourt violation, but McAleer and Caden Atienzo got together, and they're going to call Caden Atienzo with the foul, and that's going to be his third.
Now they called that on Becker.
They called on AJ?
Yeah, his arm got tangled up with McAleer's, and official thought that it was a push-off by Becker. Don't know if it was or might have been, and I just think it was one they got tangled up on, probably a play on.
The way Caden was reacting, I thought it was on him.
Too. It looked like they pointed right at him.
Well, anyway, DeWitt has the ball. Hinkle gives it over to McAleer, now over to Kinney. Kinney's on the left lane. He'll dribble to the top, give it over to Hinkle on the right. Bloom in the right corner. Drives into the paint. Atienzo will meet him there. Put his arms up. Shanahan's going to come away with the defensive rebound. Kick it up ahead quickly to Connor Becker. He'll stop and pop in the lane.
There.
Floater knocks it down over Kinney.
He went in there trying to score, not trying to get fouled. That was the difference between the first half and right now. Cardinals got to quit looking to the officials for calls.
Hinkle tries to get it across the court to Keeter, but Tucker Kinney ends up with it as a little bit wide. Hinkle now dump it down to McAleer. McAleer's going to back in on Shanahan. Does a quick turnaround up and over for the two-point basket. We'll make it 26-19. Maquoketa on top. 6:20 to go, third quarter. Connor Becker drives the lane, kicks over to Macklin Shanahan in the corner. Pump fake. Give it back to Connor. Connor's going to wind up for a three on the right wing. No good. Loose ball, scramble, and it's going to be last touch by McAleer. That was almost a football scrum over there for his body's went flying. No foul calls.
Shouldn't have been either. That's a great, just high school basketball players hustling.
The Cardinals will inbound. Shanahan gives it over to AJ on the right wing. Back over to Connor. Swing it to the left to Shanahan. Now back to Kane on top of the key. Comes around, pops it, hits off the top of the backboard. And saved from going out of bounds by Tucker Kinney into Zach Hinkle for the rebound. Hinkle will line up a three from the right wing and knock it down off the feet from Kinney.
One name we didn't say at halftime that might be a factor here is Zach Hinkle, that had to sit in the second quarter there with foul trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
He was hot early.
So DeWitt cut it down to a 4-point deficit. Cardinals in possession. Shanahan drives the lane, spins off the glass, and it's going to drop. Hinkle will get called for the foul, and Shanahan will go to the line for a 3-point play. Hurdle's going to check back into the lineup.
That might have been another one of those play-ons, in my opinion. I think it was a pretty good defensive positioning there.
And you were just talking about Hinkle, and that'll be his third. He'll go back to the bench. Shanahan's free throw's no good. Rebounded by Hurdle. So it'll stay 28-22. Maquoketa leading. 5:20 to go. Kinney drives, stops, tries to get it up over at the end. It's blocked. And now we're going to have a technical foul call. They called it out of bounds to Maquoketa. And DeWitt's head coach is going to get a technical as the official is standing right next to him arguing. And I think he might have had a legitimate argument there on that.
I don't know that the technical came so much from the argument. I think he was out on the floor a little bit too far when he was having his conversation with the official.
So A.J. Becker, a 85% free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot the technicals. Knocks down the first. Now the official called the technical on. They're having a conversation together with the coach. A.J. will miss the second. So the Cardinals will inbound at half court, across the way from us, in front of their home fans. 29-22, Cardinal lead. 5:16 to go, third quarter. Kane will get it into A.J. Devin Hurdle has the defensive assignment. So the Sabres are in a man-to-man. A.J. will drive on Hurdle. It's off the glass, no good. The Hurdle's going to call for a personal, and A.J. will go right back to the line.
Better call there. He wasn't quite get to position there on that one. It was a good call on the body there. Hopefully knock these both down.
So AJ misses another one on the first.
That's 13 misses on the year, I guess. Added 2 tonight.
You're almost shocked when he misses these, you know?
Yeah.
He'll make the second. Now make it 30-22, Maquoketa. Bloom brings it up, gives it off to Hurdle. Hurdle dribble to the top of the key, gives it off to McAleer, just to the right. Back to Hurdle on the left. Drives the lane, runs into Connor Becker, puts it up off the rim, and it goes down in.
Pretty athletic move right there. Good help defense. Hurdle bounced off a couple guys and got it up over the rim.
AJ off the screen, works in the lane, scoop shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Kinney. McAleer wanted it up ahead, but the defense, Macklin's right there with them, couldn't get it off, so Kinney just takes it himself. Drives down the lane, puts it up off the glass on a quick turnaround. And it's back to a 4-point deficit again for DeWitt.
I'm not sure how he got that one to the end. That was like a line drive.
Kane Kopp stops at the free throw line, gives it off to Atienza. He'll set a screen, hand it off to AJ. He'll stop from about 10 feet. No good. Rebounded by Hurdle. DeWitt has a wide open Keeter. Hurdle finds him in the paint. Keeter lays it up and in. It's down to a 30-28 Cardinal lead now. With 3:54 to go in the third quarter. DeWitt fans just down below us, getting loud now. Shanahan working on McAleer, drives the lane, and we have a foul call.
Fouls like this will make the whole crowd angry because it's kind of a ticky-tack foul, but by law, by rule, it is a foul. You can't ride the hand on his body the whole way down the lane.
So that'll be McAleer's second.
But they've been allowing it the whole game.
That hand checks, not so much. There's just a lot of body contact, though.
AJ coming off a screen off the inbound, in and out. Rebounded by Keeter. DeWitt with the possession, trying to tie it up or even take the lead on 3. Keeter down low, he gets tied up, and then they have a foul called on Maquoketa. Let's see if they're going to give it to Waters or Macklin. It's going to be on Waters. It'll be his third. So Keeter will go to the line to shoot 2. First is no good.
36% free throw shooter, so. But
he didn't look comfortable shooting that one.
AJ's a 85% and missed 2 out of 4, so.
A little tough with the noise in here tonight.
Second goes in, out, back in. To make it 30-29. 3:25 to go, third quarter. Here in Maquoketa, Substate 4, semifinal game. Kopp looking for AJ as he comes off the screen. Ball comes off his foot, but he gets control of it. Throws it across court to Kane. Kane's able to save it after going out of bounds, but right to Kinney. And now Kinney working on Alinger.
On the floor, on the floor.
They're going to say no basket. They're going to call it on the floor. The crowd's going to erupt when they find that out. Caden Atienza will check back in for Maquoketa. Nathan Waters will come out. Alinger will pick up his first personal for Maquoketa. Kinney to inbound, gets it to Bloom, stops in the middle of 3 Cardinals, and Shanahan rejects it. He takes off down the other way, and they're going to call Hurdle at the body.
I couldn't even hear a whistle. I just saw
official raise his hand.
Yep. I can't hear anything out there right now. It's kind of fun.
So Hurdle will pick up his third. Well, that's what this is all about. Noise, crowds.
Yep.
It's the playoffs.
I expect Nicholas to shoot here and post up and poke it up by 4.
Well, Shanahan's got to get it inbounded first. Having trouble, and now they're going to get a 5-second call. So that'll be a turnover on Maquoketa.
Poor Henry Bloom wasn't looking.
Bloom will bring it up against Kane Kopp. Goes to the left wing. Gives it off to Ethan Pierce, who's checked back in for the Sabers. Finds McAleer on a little curl cut. It's blocked, but they're going to have a foul on the Cardinals, and McAleer go line shoot 2.
You know, it's so loud in here. We had one official call a foul, The other officials watching the ball go through the hoop and started his 5-second call out of bounds.
Nicholas Alinger will get the foul.
They can't. Those officials can't hear each other on the floor right now.
So did I. Yeah, they're going to say out of bounds.
Oh, he called it earlier up in the lane.
Oh.
Kinney the inbound, gets it over to Paulson, who's checked back in, along with Mason Braddock for the first time. Kinney will line up a three. That's back to the right baseline. And ever since, if anybody can hear me.
Said at halftime, that'd be a name to come back to.
Shanahan's going to go in and out. That's the ends up fighting hard with the foot now.
Now you're really not going to hear anything.
No, this is going to get crazy.
We got a timeout. Maybe that'll settle people down a little.
Timeout from Maquoketa. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. 2:18 to go third quarter. We're tied at 32. Winner moves on to the Substate Championship game. Cardinals Sabers here on KMAQ.
Just one, Dale.
Just one. Dear Lord. I couldn't even hear myself in my headphones. But I love it.
I know, right?
This is why they play the game.
Okay.
And back here, Maquoketa, both teams coming out of the break. And Chad, I'll throw this to you. Ever since DeWitt got that technical foul, it's kind of worked in their favor since then.
They've been playing with some energy, and they rallied behind their coach after that. So, as a coach, that's kind of what you hope to see.
Sabers to inbound. And Braddock will get it into Kinney. You on the floor for the Sabers right now. You got Braddock, Pierce, Paulson, Kinney, and McAleer. For the Cardinals, Alinger, Connor Becker, AJ Becker, Atienza, and Shanahan. And Braddock trying to find Kinney on the right baseline, throws it away.
Big turnover right there. That was opportunity for the Sabers to get back in the lead and kind of keep that going in that route.
2 minutes straight up left in the third quarter here in Maquoketa. It's all tied at 32. Connor Becker on the right wing. AJ Becker comes off a screen. And they're going to call McAleer as he pushed off on Atienza on the screen. That could be his third personal foul.
I was gonna say it probably wasn't a bad foul as AJ had an open three, unless it's his third one, in which case he will have to sit for a bit, but they are bringing back in Hinkle, who also has three.
They also bring back in Bloom for the point guard. Alinger to throw it in to Shanahan. Now Connor Becker has it on the right wing. Cardinals want a wheel route. Finds the feed to Atienza. Nice give by Connor Becker. Atienza with the basket. To the line for a three-point play.
And Hinkle get his fourth right away. Unfortunate for him, he's played about 45 seconds in this quarter.
So Hurdle will come back in for Hinkle. Atienza to the line. The Cardinals now have a 34-32 lead. Free throws up, no good. Rebounded by Bloom.
Oh, this DeWitt team is going to be very good next year.
Yes, they are. They are young. Hurdle tries to drive on Shanahan. Gives it off to Pierce. Paulson's going to get a good look at the elbow from the left. And it's going to hit off the rim 3 times and then backs in. So Paulson's first bucket of the game. That'll tie it up again at 34. 1:15 to go in the third. Shanahan pump fake on the baseline. He doesn't get the friendly roll though. Kinney's going to come away with another rebound.
He hasn't been able to finish those at all. Another frustration foul there.
Too much body as Connor and Macklin tried to trap Kinney in the corner there as he was trying to find an outlet. And Macklin led in with his body too much. Picked up a personal foul. That's going to be his second. Bloom, bring it up. Alinger will meet him at half court. Bloom will just take off. He gets around Alinger. It's going to be blocked by Atienza, and he'll get the rebound. Cardinals coming back quickly. AJ Finds Connor Becker, left wing three, no good. Shanahan with the putback, no good. And now we have a foul on the Cardinals. It's going to be on Connor Becker. So 49 seconds left, third quarter, tied up at 34. And I don't know about you two, but all day I just had a feeling this was going to be one of those go down to the wire games. And
yeah, I had that feeling too. Just, by the time you play somebody a third time, you know what to expect, right?
They know each other so well that there's not really anything you're going to do that's going to be any different than what they expect. Who's just going to execute more right now?
Bloom has it. Gets Paulson posted up. Paulson gives a little give to Ethan Pierce on a cut. It's no good.
Great pass.
A.J. Becker rises up just a little bit higher than Pierce for the defensive rebound. Cardinals will hold with 15 seconds on the clock for the final shot of the quarter.
Looks like Cardinals going to go to a 1-4 set here. Let Macklin do his thing. Look for open shooters on the corners.
Macklin's just going to drive the lane. Stop. Pop. Throws it up and in. Kinney's going to get a look from half court. It's blocked. And we'll go the end of the third. Maquoketa with a 36-34 lead. They didn't get that separation like they normally got in the third quarter, so we'll see how the fourth quarter plays out here in the Class 3A Substate 4 semifinal game on KMAQ.
1 or 2, Dale.
Go 2.
Okay.
This is about to get crazy in here.
Prince Peace down or up 12.
Who is?
Prince of Peace is up 12.
Marion's only up by 6.
Come on, Waller.
And the 3.
Careful what I wish for, though.
Yeah.
Scored the first 6 of third quarter, 9 of the last 13.
This is the first time we didn't get any separation in the third. We actually lost ground.
Yep.
Were we up by 7 at halftime?
I didn't write it down again.
I think it was 7, 27.
17, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw it. That
Yep.
sounds about right.
Okay.
And back here at Maquoketa, DeWitt's going to get possession to start the fourth quarter. We're down to the final 8 minutes to see who's going to move on and whose season's going to come to an end here tonight. As Sabers and Cardinals going toe-to-toe. It's 36-34, Maquoketa leads. Hurdle. Looking to get it down to Kinney. It's going to be poked away by Shanahan, and Kane Kopp's going to get called for traveling. As he fell on the ground. Looked like he got tripped there. Maybe tripped up there, and they didn't call anything other than the travel on the Cardinals. It'll go back to DeWitt. Kinney to inbound underneath his own baseline. Gets it into Paulson, working on Atienza, up and under, and it's off the glass and good. Tied up again at 36. Shanahan stops, gives the feed to that wide open Atienza down low. Cardinals back on top.
Way to run the floor by Caden there, and great pass, great look by Macklin.
Paulson sets a screen for Bloom. Now Kinney on a double screen. Gives it back to Paulson. Left elbow, no good. And they're going to call A.J. Becker with the foul. So Kinney's going to get 2 free throws.
You know, again, a situation where some of these fouls that are being called seem like touch fouls. They are fouls, but what's hard for crowds to watch is when there's a lot of body, a lot of contact, and those fouls aren't getting called.
So Paulson at the line. And first one's going to just rattle off the rim as the iron is unkind.
He's a 90% free throw shooter.
A little different with the pack gym and noisy.
Well, hasn't
On the line.
hasn't played much of this game, and
Second one, no good.
that probably hasn't happened to him very often.
Rebound by Shanahan. Gets a screen from Atienza. Now Caden rolls. Macklin keeps it. Dribbles down the lane. Goes up for the shot. And they're going to call Peter with the foul. Shanahan will go to the line, shoot 2. And while we got a quick break here for Shanahan at the line, we got an update there, boys, on the Easton Valley and Marion Wahlert games.
Yeah, into the third quarter, Easton Valley's down 37-31. Made up some ground. They were down 12 at one point.
Shanahan's first free throw is good. Any update, Chad, on
Marion's
that?
up by 6 at the end of 3, 52-46 over to Duke Wahlert. Duke Wallert's making a little comeback there.
Shanahan makes the first. Now on the second. No good. Peter with the rebound. That'll make it 39-36. Maquoketa with the lead. 7 minutes to go. Bloom working on AJ. Drops it down into Kinney. Kinney loses it, but McAleer is able to pick it up and has it stripped away by Connor Becker.
Great job going low to get a pick.
Connor's just going to take it straight at the rim. It's no good as he ran into Bloom. Hurdle comes back to get the rebound. Now Connor's going to deflect it out of bounds as Bloom tried to hit Kinney across the court.
Might have been better off coming out of that in a 1-on-3 there, but I mean, it wasn't a terrible shot, but he did a great job hustling back, getting a hand on that ball, knocking it out of bounds.
So Hurdle to inbound to Bloom. He'll call out the offensive play. He'll pick up his dribble. Looking for an outlet, finds McAleer at the left elbow. McAleer put it on the floor, loses it. Now it's going to get a foul called, and it's going to be on Kane Kopp, I believe, for reaching in. Yep. Be his first. Team's 8, so McAleer go to the line, shoot 1 and 1.
I think the initial reach, he had the ball the first time, made him lose it, but then when he went back in after it is when he came across the arm a little bit.
McAleer misses the front end of the 1 and 1. Shanahan with the rebound.
You can tell the energy in here is tough right now for these players shooting free throws. There's a lot of good free throw shooters missing shots.
Kane Kopp, pick and roll with Caden at the end. Just blocked by Peter. Peter also gets the rebound. Bloom will bring it across half court. Sabers down 3. Peter, right wing, he's just going to drive, gets Atienza. Atienza gets a hand in there, knocks the ball loose. Now we have a scrum on the floor. Got a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Maquoketa. That'll be a turnover on the Sabers.
Love watching that. I love when those guys are diving on the floor. Everybody giving everything they have, man. There's going to be a lot of skin left on the floor tonight.
You got 5:53 to go in possibly your season. You got to lay it all on the line here. Be a timeout on the floor. Looking to keep it here for this one. It's going to be a full. We'll take it back for this break from the studio. Cardinals leading 39-36. Class 3A, Substate 4, semifinal game on KMAQ.
Just one now?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
How many we got left? I'm a little nervous. Might have tucked me off the ledge.
I think we're all right. Having a lead at this point is
Okay.
And back here at the Maquoketa gym as both teams still in their timeout. And boys, we talked about the atmosphere in here, and this is kind of something that you don't see all the time either, but sometimes it's kind of hard to play in those conditions.
Yeah, it is. It's what you'd love though as a high school athlete to be able to perform in front of this number of people, this kind of crowd. Kind of getting antsy sitting up here in these chairs myself.
It's hard for me to stay sitting. Football games I'm always standing, but I got people standing behind me, so I don't want to obstruct their view either. But I want to stand. Cardinals get it inbounded. DeWitt had a little token pressure on the inbound pass, then they back off as they got it inbounded. Shanahan over to Connor Becker in the right wing. Up top to Kane Kopp. Tries to swing it to Shanahan. McAleer cuts in front of the passing lane with the steal, but the layup's no good.
Foul on Bloom on the rebound.
Yep. Shanahan got the rebound. They're going to call Bloom with the push.
Kane made a difficult pass there. It was a tough one. McAleer able to step in front and make the steal, but he hustled his butt back there, got in front just enough to make McAleer think about him.
So Shanahan to the line. Hits the first. Gives him 8 points on the evening. Makes it a 2-possession lead for the Cardinals, 40-36.
Long
on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Keeter. Keeter's been very effective on the glass in the second half. Bloom looking to give it up to Hurdle. Hurdle will dribble hard with his left, right down the lane. Gets contact in the air with Atienza. Puts the ball into the hoop. Atienza will get the foul. Hurdle will go to the line, complete a 3-point play.
And that was a nice design play, a little back screen.
Yeah, he had an open. Just had the opening down the left side. It looked like
low defender there, or up.
Yeah.
Low guy set the screen for him.
Yeah, he was posted up, and then he just stepped forward, made a little screen. I don't know, inadvertently a little bit, or just a good solid screen there. Hurdles with athleticism did the rest.
Yeah, gave him a lane anyway.
Hinkle will come back in the lineup with his 4 fouls. Mackley will get a break on the Sabres bench. Hurdle to the line, misses the free throw. Atienza with the rebound.
Well, if it comes down to free throws, it looks like...
I don't know who's going to win that battle.
Yeah, free throws have been few and far between tonight. Connor Becker's going to drive the baseline, put it up with the right hand, off the glass and good. Makes it 42-38 Maquoketa. 5 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, semifinal Substate action.
Wide right.
Kinney with a 3-pointer from the left wing. It's off to the right of the rim.
Great hustle by Keeter there.
But Cardinals saved it right to Shanahan of Maquoketa. Shanahan will set up the offense. Going to try and spin drive in the post. Kick Nicholas Alinger. Pump fakes. Takes one dribble, step in, hits a 16-foot jumper from the right baseline.
That's a nice job. Not settling for the 3-pointer. Getting a pump fake. One good dribble and a jump shot.
So 44-38. Now Bloom, Shanahan trying to poke the ball loose. And they're going to call Shanahan with the foul. That's going to be his 4th, I think.
I think it's his 3rd.
Yeah, it is his 3rd.
That's a tough call there. He had ball the first time through. He's looking there, and the ball handler's trying to swat him away. It looks like who's making the contact there? Is it the defense or the offense?
Bloom to the line. He'll hit the first.
Well, we found somebody to make the free throw anyway.
And Nathan Waters will check in. This is the first time he's going to be in the second half.
Yeah.
He's been on the bench since halftime, and he was pretty formidable for the Cardinals there early on.
I think he got an early 3rd foul in that 3rd quarter.
Bloom hits both free throws. 44-40, Maquoketa with the lead. Alinger will bring it up over half court. Gives it off to Shanahan, now to Nathan. Back to Alinger. Shanahan drives the lane. Shanahan's going to call for an offensive charge as Hinkle stood his ground.
Now that's full on him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a little bit the 5th on Hinkle.
So most people's eyes would call the glue guy for Maquoketa is going to head to the bench with 4 fouls with 4:11 to go. Cardinals with a 44-40 lead with possession.
That's something the Cardinals have had to deal with before, though, so it's not the first time. They've been able to overcome it.
Hinkle gives it off to Keeter, hand it off to Bloom. Now Bloom looking for someone to give it to. He's pick up his dribble. Kinney finally clears at the top, and now we're going to have a timeout. DeWitt. They'll have 2 remaining. Maquoketa has 3 timeouts remaining with 3:50 to go. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout. Maquoketa leading 44-40. Getting down to crunch time. What you boys thinking over there?
I don't know. It's a tough one here. It's going to come down to just playing defense. Who's going to commit the foul? Who's not going to? And who can finish at the rim? Because everybody's getting to the rim right now. There's not a lot of 3-pointers being shot this game. Looking at their point totals for the season, the Sabres are averaging about 47 a game, so they're about on pace for that. But the Cardinals averaging 62 points a game. Don't think they're going to get to that point at this rate that we're going here.
I think it's going to come down to free throws now.
A.J. Becker's had 2 big games against the Sabres, and he's been awfully quiet tonight with only 7 points.
I think that, if Maquoketa maintains the lead, DeWitt's going to be forced to foul in the last 2 minutes. And I think it might come down to those free throws.
Sabres to inbound, 3:48 to go. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Kinney in the paint, sits it out to Keeter. Three-pointer from the left baseline, misses the rim completely. And Kane Kopp stand on the opposite end with a basket and gets the defensive rebound.
Not sure Keeter's the guy they want to shoot it in that situation. He has had 4 3-pointers on the year, but only shooting 19%.
Alinger. Cardinals going to work a little clock here as they're in their motion set.
Not a bad idea. Take some air out of the ball.
Connor dribbling around, finds a spot in the lane, gets fouled on the way. I think that was Kinney that's going to commit the foul.
Yep.
Connor Becker will go to the free throw line, shoot 2.
Quick sidebar here. Easton Valley's down 5 with about a minute left.
A little perspiration on the court. You can get a towel to wipe it up.
Marion's up by 3 with 3.5 to go.
Oh, so that tightened up.
Yes, it did.
Well, the games from here on out don't get any easier. They're battles.
Yep. Way they're supposed to be.
You want that banner hanging in your gym next year, you're going to have to earn it. Becker at the free throw line. Connor misses the first. Jeff Grau will come back in for DeWitt.
70% free throw shooter. Not a bad substitution here. Make sure you get a rebound here. Grau's a great guy to do that.
He's going to create some space.
Connor Becker misses them both. Grau with the rebound.
There he is.
Hinkle give it up to Bloom.
Got to play smart defense here. Stay in front of the ball handlers. Get a hand up on all the shooters.
Grau at the left elbow will just hand it back to Kinney standing behind him. Kinney working on Waters. Now he gives it off to Hinkle. He thinks about it. Pump fakes. Steps in between 2 defenders. Misses. Gets his own board. Puts it back up and in. And they have a foul called on A.J. Becker.
Hey! Don't pound on it. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Shanahan and Atienza will come back in. Alinger and Waters will head back to the bench. It's 44-42, 2:43 to go. Hinkle at the line, trying to complete a 3-point play.
Only a 40% shooter, which surprises me. He's been shooting the ball well everywhere else. Not a lot of attempts, though.
Well, here you go. 2.5 minutes for your season.
44-43. First 2 games were blowouts between these 2 teams, with Maquoketa coming out on top. This one's proved to be a nail-biter, and A.J. Becker's going to fight down the lane and throw it up at his right for a basket. Hinkle working on A.J., drives the lane, up off the glass, no good.
Going the other way.
At the end, going up for the board, got a push from the back from Kinney, it looks like.
Yep. Now we got to go down and do what we need to do. Shoot the free throw, make it. They say it's the easiest shot in basketball, right? It's always 15 feet, nobody guarding you. It's really easy.
Well, I remember as a kid, that's what I practiced in the driveway. You know, you're shooting a 1-and-1 with no time on the clock, you're down 1.
I was always a fade away from the 3-point line. I didn't want the pressure, the 1-on-1.
I didn't have almost 2,000 people watching me and yelling at the same time, but Connor at the line.
There it is. That was smooth.
But it's Connor Becker that.
Yeah, it was Becker that got fouled on the other end. Atienza tried to get to the line, but it was Becker's foul.
Marion and Walter tied just under 2 minutes.
Well, we might have the same deal here in Maquoketa. 47-43 Cardinals lead.
There it is again.
48-43 as Connor hits them both. 2:18 to go. Winner moves on to Cedar Rapids on Monday night. Bloom.
Stay between the ball and the basket.
Kinney will swing it to the left. Mackler has it in the left baseline with A.J. Becker guarding him. Kinney.
Can't give those 2 guys too much space.
Hurdle now. He'll reset the play. Hurdle's going to drive the lane. Macklin Shanahan with the weak side defense got just enough of the ball to make it not good.
I can't. Hurdle's a heck of an athlete because there was no reason he was able to get that ball to the rim, and he did a great job doing that.
Shanahan's going to have a turnover. McAleer's going to get the steal, and he'll get the layup on the other end. And we're back to being where you can't even hear yourself think. With 48-45, Cardinals lead, 1:24 to go. Shanahan gives it off the top. Now over to AJ. Working against McAleer. Shanahan, three-point line.
Intelligence right there.
Would rather work the clock now. Top over to Shanahan. Hinkle can't afford to foul out there because he's got 4. AJ has to pick up his dribble. Gives it over to Shanahan.
You got timeouts to use here as a coach, you know that.
Shanahan needs to get rid of it. He's always had a 5-second call, and he does to AJ. 46 seconds left. And, almost a steal by DeWitt, but they're going to call DeWitt with the foul.
Well, either way, it had to be done. It was close to being a clean shot, but he had to do it regardless because Coakley was going to dribble out for another 40 seconds.
So A.J. Becker will go to the line, the leading free throw shooter for the Cardinals.
But hasn't been very good tonight yet. Well, he's only shot 50% tonight, so 50% makes it a 2-possession game.
Right now it's a 1-possession game. Long on the first, double hits the rim and falls off. So still a 1-possession game, 42 seconds left in the game. Cardinals up 48-45.
Slow your heart rate down here. Just got to breathe and slow your heart rate down. There it is.
This makes a second. Now a 2-possession game. Bloom with Kate.
Good job by Kane.
McAleer drives the lane. He's going to go to free throw line as they're going to get
Becker, I believe. Connor
Becker with the foul.
Not a bad foul right there. McAleer had a great move. He's at the front of the rim. That's going to be an easy 2 for him. At least now you make him work for the free throws, where it doesn't seem like anybody right now is able to hit him very well.
34.9 on the clock, 49-45. Cardinals on top. Cardinals have 3 timeouts remaining. DeWitt has 2. McAleer with 6 points so far tonight. Make it 7 as he hits the first.
You know what? He stepped to the line the other night against Solon in this situation and knocked him down as well.
And we're going to have a timeout.
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break, come right back. You're listening to Cardinal Sabers on KMAQ. Just one, Jimmy.
It's louder in my ears.
Okay.
Both teams breaking the huddle. 34.9 left. 49-46 Cardinals lead. McAleer for the Sabres at the free throw line to shoot the second of his free throws.
Cardinals first got to secure this rebound here. Get a good box out, secure the rebound. If it goes in, make sure you get the ball in bounce, knowing you got a couple timeouts.
And McAleer will hit the free throw. Now they're going to play full court press. Cardinals get it inbound to AJ. Trying to avoid the trap. Gets it over to Shanahan. Now they're going to put Shanahan on the line. And Bloom will give the giveaway foul. So Shanahan to the line. First is up and good.
Now the Cardinals are all off the line at this situation. I like to put somebody up there just in case the ball just happens to bounce to them.
Still, it's only a 1-possession game at this point.
But as close as it's being called right now, probably a best idea to have them off.
And he'll make the second. It's now back to a 2-possession game. Bloom will bring it up. Kicks it over to Kinney. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Shanahan. And Hurdle's going to reach in for the giveaway foul.
long way from over yet. We still got to knock down free throws.
That's Hurdle's 4th personal foul. A sea of red is standing up all the way around us.
Still got 19 seconds.
4-point Cardinal lead. Shanahan at the line. DeWitt wants a timeout. He's going to make the first.
That's a terrible, terrible, terrible.
They're going to wave it off. They say DeWitt got the timeout first.
Now, I'm sorry for saying that because it's so loud in here, I couldn't hear whistles or anything. It might have been called earlier.
He did blow the whistle.
This will be a full timeout. We'll send it back for a break. You're listening to Cardinal Sabers on KMAQ. How many are left, Jimmy? Jimmy.
Okay.
And back here at Maquoketa with 51-47 Cardinal lead.
Thought it was a bad situation right there. Macklin had the ball at the free throw line, and the ref out top gave him a timeout to DeWitt. But, I didn't see that they did have his whistle blown before the ball was put in play, and it's one of those situations you can't hear anything. So, Now he's finally getting up. He can't sit anymore.
I can't sit for this. I waited a long time to come back and witness something like this. I was gone for 20 years. Shanahan at the line, first one's up and good. Now making a 5-point deficit for DeWitt. Shanahan now with 11 points. We're making 12. It rattles in. Bloom will bring it up for the Sabers. Kinney will get off the 3. No good. Rebounded by A.J. Hinkle looks at his bench. He's like asking his coach, do I give him my 5th foul? And he said yes. 8.4 on the clock left. 53-47.
Right now is why Macklin Shanahan is so important to this team, is this is a 6-point game with 8 seconds left, and goes to each guy on his team asking them who they're playing defense on. Chances of DeWitt scoring 6 points here are very slim, but he's going to make it even harder for him by making sure his team's in the right spot.
AJ's first free throw's up and good. Second's also good. And that should about do it. 8-point deficit with 7 seconds left. Bloom. Quick 3-pointer, no good. Shanahan with the rebound. He's going to dribble it out. And the Cardinals are going to the Substate Championship game on Monday night. And this atmosphere in here is electric. Home fan, everyone, nobody left. Everybody stand up and cheering. Tremendous basketball game, though, guys, from both teams.
What a great basketball game. That's
great effort.
We'll try and get Matt Hartman up here.
Not an easy environment to come in and play in for DeWitt.
They're going through the handshake line. He has some words for Alex McAleer. Tremendous effort by the Sabers on a great season. They'll get Hartman to look up here. I'd like to bring him up. He's going to head to the locker room now. Maybe we can get him later after the talk about, but you hate to see either one of these teams end their season. Both teams are, especially DeWitt, they're young, they're talented. The Cardinals do have a lot of senior leadership they're going to lose at the end of this year. But DeWitt, they could be very formidable for another year or two.
They're going to be tremendous. So Maquoketa will play Marion. Marion beat Wahlert 72-66.
Well, here, I was thinking about this earlier today. This has been a season of themes. we started off early in the year, number 5, and we had to play back-to-back number 5 versus number 3 ranked teams, won them both. And then we had all those cancellations, and we came back. We weren't quite the same team after that for a while. And we split with Marion in the regular season. So we're coming to go back-to-back playing a team for the third time in a season. It's just been a lot of mirrors to this season.
Well, our road to state is completely through the Walmart Conference, too.
Yeah, it has been.
Only played teams we played.
Well, you know, those top 3 teams out of the East, where when you look at DeWitt, Marion, and they're not necessarily the top 3 teams. I mean, you throw West Delaware in there, Beckman in there. I mean, it was a juggernaut every night, which bodes well for the Walmack, I think, in the postseason, because they did have to play every night. They didn't get any nights off, and every night might not have been this atmosphere, but the physicalness, the toughness of the game was like this every night.
So it's Maquoketa versus Marion. Last time we played Marion on their home court, they played man-to-man defense against the Cardinals and really hampered them. Came out of there with the first loss of the season for the Cardinals, and so what should we expect? We're going to be playing in Marion's back door at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids.
I think a big thing will be the adjustment to the size of the court, not necessarily the size of the court, but just the size of the arena. You know, it's whoever comes out of there, it's going to be a good preparation for getting to Des Moines. And I think, you know what, Marion's had that taste last year, right? They were able to qualify last year, so they got some kids in there that know what that feels like. And, you know, that might give them a slight advantage in that situation where, you know, this game here tonight that was very, very close, tough, energy unbelievable, atmosphere unbelievable, yelling the whole game. You can never hear yourself thinking, you know, this might be the game that helps push us to that point as well.
I'm kind of sad that it's our last home game here. You know, every game has been like an event this year for the boys, and it's just been so enjoyable to cover it.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me jumping on here in these last couple of games, and you know,
big games mean big names.
I feel a lot better at the end of the night. My voice feels a lot better when I sit on here with you guys and I don't have to scream and holler. Well, not that I ever do that anyway at ball games.
Never heard you yell.
Well, we'll take a break, send it back to you. We'll come back. I'm trying to effort getting Matt Hartman here to get him on the air.
Waiting to talk to him.
Hey,
we're more important. He should come see us. So, but I'm working on that. So. We'll send it back to the studio for a break, come back, and try and get Coach Hartman here on KMAQ.
What was the final score, Dale?
55-47. How many?
55-47?
Yeah. How many ad spots do you have left to run, or did we get through them? Hello? Jimmy?
you know, I'd get up to leave, except where am I going?
Yeah.
So how'd Easton Valley do?
They ended up losing.
Well, I don't have to go Saturday then.
Don't get to go Saturday.
Tower. Stop by their showroom.
Jimmy, how many more? Did we get through all of them, or do we have more to run yet?
Phone 652. All your floor covering needs.
I also told Leetsy after the game when he went through the handshake line to remind him when we win, he has to come up here. So Leetsy failed me too.
03. Or stop office.
Okay, Dale.
And back here at the Maquoketa gym, I guess I'm going to be out of luck with getting Coach Hartman out of here, boys. I haven't seen him come out of the tunnel yet, but 55-47, Cardinals are on to the Substate championship game. They'll play the Marion Indians. And
Monday night, you said, right?
Monday night. Not sure of tip times yet because I think that's going to be a doubleheader there, so they haven't set the tip times yet, but I'm sure they will by tomorrow morning. And final thoughts here, guys?
Well, just final update on Easton Valley. I believe they lost that game tonight. I don't know what the final was. They were down 6 with 22 seconds left was the last score I had, but Easton Valley did come up losers in that game. End their season at about 21-3, 21-4.
After watching them the other night, they talented team.
Oh, very talented team. They're fun to watch.
They could give these teams out here tonight a run for their money.
I got to officiate that team last year in a scrimmage over Christmas between Maquoketa and them, and it was a fun game to do. And, you can't keep scoring those scrimmages, but as the kids always do on the bench, they kept score, and I think it ended up being either a tie game or a 1-point game one way or the other. But, yeah, they're exciting to watch. It's, Maquoketa or Easton Valley has a very similar team to what Maquoketa does, and they play a little bit different style, but it's a very similar types of players.
Well, their defense impressed me as far as their weak side help and everything. It was almost watching the same teams.
Yeah, Maquoketa's defense. I thought maybe tonight that might have been not as good, but they were able to stay out on the shooters. Their man-to-man defense, one-on-one was good tonight. Easton Valley plays more of a 1-3-1, so they stay in the zone a lot of the times and still rotate well on the backside. It ends up looking, the defenses end up looking the same because they play them the correct way. So, Coach Fleming always said a good man-to-man defense is going to look like a zone.
I'm glad you said that name because I wanted to say something during the telecast and I kind of got lost in all the emotions, but someone that never missed a Cardinal Saber game, how enjoyable he would have made, he would have thought this was as much as on the line between these two teams. And the fact that he made the last Saber Cardinal game, days before his life ended, Coach Fleming, I'm sure was watching down upstairs and really enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely did. He would have enjoyed this game just being as defensive as a struggle as it was. And, that was the kind of game that he coached and kind of game that I enjoy to coach as well.
All the Maquoketa players that come out of the locker room and get some hugs from parents and fans and friends. And, they're coming up on uncharted, waters. It's been 32 years since the Maquoketa boys team has gone on to the state tournament.
How many sub-state games have we played at a time? Do you know?
That I don't know.
I played in one in 91. Got beat by Cedar Rapids Regis that year, and I know a couple years after that they were playing in a couple when Curtis Clark was playing and Danny Fleming and Sage Rosenfeld. I think those guys played in a couple as well. Then you got into the 2000s. I don't know how many we've been to. Did the
Renner and all them get
I don't know if they did or not. I was trying to think if Hepker made it. They got beat out in Cedar Rapids as well, but I don't know if that was the second or third round that they got beat out there. I went to that game, and regardless, it doesn't happen real often if we have to sit here and try to remember the times. So
we get to enjoy it.
Yeah, we said it last time. It's been 2 great basketball seasons that we've watched here with the girls and the boys, and hopefully bodes well for future years. And the kids see the work that these kids put in here. The younger guys see the work that these kids put in, and hopefully it'll carry over to some other sports here this spring and summer.
Well, Monday night.
There's Hartman coming out now if you can get his attention.
I doubt I'm going to be able to get his attention. He's already got people standing around him. Monday night, Cardinals will try and do something they ain't done in 32 years, which is qualify for the state quarterfinals and head to Des Moines. We'll wrap up the coverage now, and Hartman's not going to get close to us. I can already see that.
No, I don't think so.
We thank you, everybody, for joining us. All the DeWitt fans, Maquoketa fans. This was a great game. They couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, I would just like to congratulate DeWitt on a fantastic finish to their season, too. It was a great game against Solon the other night. Tonight was a phenomenal game.
Hey, we're going to get Hartman. He finally looked at me. He's got to get all the hugs to get up here. But
here, he can have mine, you and Ray.
Ray, you got to help ask questions. No.
Oh. Yeah, you can listen in.
Yeah.
That was awkward. Got Coach Hartman finally out of the locker room. You failed to quit looking up at me after games to see if I want you or not. Well, when you're in the Substate championship game, I want you.
All right.
But congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, if he'd get some wireless headsets, then he'd carry one down there at the end of the game. And
I like that idea a lot better.
I'm working on it.
I'm getting out of shape. I can't run up and down these bleachers.
Baby steps, boys. But anyway, we got Coach Hartman here, and how do you feel? How the boys feel?
Look at them. They're excited. We're one step away from the goal that they've been dreaming of and wanted to achieve. I'm so happy for those guys.
I know we're talking, it's been 32 years since a Cardinal boys team has went on to the state tournament and quarterfinals, and you one more win from that goal. But I don't know if you know yet or not, but you will be playing Marion for the third time this season as well. You just got done playing DeWitt for the third time. Real close game. They closed the margin quite a bit, but you were able to hang in there. What do you see come Monday night, having to play that tough Marion team that's already gotten you once this year?
I expect the same thing. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a dogfight to the end. And they play exceptional defense, and you got some guys that can put the ball in the hole. We're going to have to be better than we were tonight. And that's what I challenged the guys November 12th when we started this journey, is just get one board better every day, get better in one area every day. And I'm so proud of them. They have not wavered from that mindset all year.
You know, watching Macklin play tonight, Macklin does all those things that he's always done, but it was just difficult for him finishing at the rim. It just seemed like maybe he's just pressing a little bit at the beginning and almost got in his head a little bit there, I think. And he was getting to the rim, and he was getting bumped a little bit, but they weren't calling that on either side. So,
yeah, he needs to play off 2 feet more. We've been trying to get him on that. And tonight, now we can go back to the film and say, hey, listen, I've been telling you, you got to play off 2 feet. You can get better yet.
Yeah.
Play off 2 feet. When he plays off one, he's easy to get bumped and fall off balance. And it's something we're still trying to get better in, and that's an area he's going to get better in.
Well, one spot maybe you can shoot a few free throws tomorrow as well. I think that was, but that's where Macklin, he's the lowest free throw percentage shooter that you had on the floor there, and walked to the line and hit 4 of them.
But
Huge.
I wouldn't want anybody else on the line. If I could have picked a guy to have him foul, he's the guy because he's such a gamer. The moment is not too big for him.
Yeah.
He's been dreaming of this forever, and there was nothing to stand in his way.
Nope, that was probably you don't look at percentages in that situation. You got to look at the player.
Yeah, we've been talking to him all year about, it's kind of a joke, but we tell him great point guards make free throws down the stretch.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be a great point guard, he's got to start making free throws down the stretch, and he's been doing that.
I want to bring up somebody that doesn't get a lot of publicity, but Nathan Waters in the first half. Oh, my goodness. Did he bring the energy? Got 2 3-point plays. Just at one point he had, I think, 3/4 of our points early on.
Had 4 of the first 6.
And
yeah.
Some you wouldn't really expect from in that situation, but what did Nathan do tonight to bring that to the table?
I think Nathan just played with energy. That's kind of his thing, and he excels at it. He came in and he was not accepting getting boxed out. He's not accepting physicality from DeWitt. He took it to him, and he was playing with energy, and the ball finds energy.
You guys talking about Harper yet? I think it's going to be the Phillies.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you.
Monday night, after you win, you got to come find me.
I hope you're courtside.
I do.
There'll be a lot of stairs to climb. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Either that or you call me on my cell phone. I got away.
We'll do that.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Coach Hartman. Join us here, and that'll wrap up our coverage here tonight. Once again, the Cardinals season will stay alive. They will head to Cedar Rapids on Monday night to face the Marion Indians with a state quarterfinal berth in Des Moines on the table. So for Ray Cavanagh, Chad Coakley, I'm Dale Scott. Have a good evening.